first one so I can share and people can kind of get an idea of what to expect. But I really want this to form into, oh my gosh, I was not expecting this many people on. This is awesome. You guys rock. So I really want this to form into whatever it can form into. I kind of was thinking that I could share like a motivation for the week, some kind of tip that basically I talked about, and which I have a bunch of things, but things that the coaches that I mentor and I talk to a lot, the things that they've either discovered or come across, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to share that with the team. I'll share that. So motivation and tip, and then everybody can kind of share their goals for the week. Obviously can't have every single person unmute themselves. We can have people that want to share, because I know not everybody will want to share anyway, but we can share as many as we can. But I would like to make sure that this isn't any more than like 30 minutes long. I know for those of you that are on and you're like, okay, well, I can be on this for a little bit, but I might want to hop off. Totally fine. Don't feel like, the fact that you're on, even if you're on for just a few minutes, that's all I really care about. I just want to share some different things. Oh wait, let me grab something really quick. Okay, and if anybody has any like ideas or things that you want to share, or that besides that, like obviously we can share our goals, but if there's anything that anybody wants to share, like as we get towards the end of the call and you want to share an epiphany you had, something you struggled with, or if you have a question and you need help with something, like anything at all, there's no rules to this. The only thing that I ask, as always, is to just, if you're sharing something, that it has to have a positive spin if it's like quote unquote negative. So for the motivation for this week. So obviously, guys, this is the end of, or the last, oh, hold on, right here. Hold on. I'm like so ADHD. I can't even hear anything. Okay. If you're not muted, there's one person that's not muted. Karen, I think you're not muted. I don't know how to do it on the phone. If anybody knows how to do it on the phone, I sure don't, because I don't think I've ever gotten on Zoom on the app besides once. But anyway, so for motivation for this week. So it is the end of the month. My biggest thing that I really focus on when it's the end of the month and there's only a few days left, so a lot of times people think, and shout out Kim, who's on the call with her cute little dog. She was at -2 last week, and she came back and she's at 4, and I know she's going to hit her goal. But I kind of want to use that as motivation that just says it doesn't matter how far down you are. It doesn't matter if you're starting at 0. I have seen people at the very last day of the month be at 0 and then hit 6. It's 1000% just like the rest of this business, 1000% based off your mindset. If you, and you guys know I'm all hippy dippy. If you go into, what do we have? The 25th, 26th, 27th, 4 days left. If you go in and you say, I have 4 days left, I haven't even hit Success Club. How in the world am I going to hit Success Club in the last 4 days? And you have that mindset, why would you hit Success Club? Why in the world would you hit Success Club? Not only are you not putting out that good energy, but you have already convinced yourself that you're not going to do it. So you're not going to take the actions that you need to. Plus, on the hippy dippy side of things, you're not going to get those last minute messages from people that are like, okay, I'm ready to do this. I swear, as long as I've been doing this, when I have those times where it's like maybe before when I would really struggle to hit Success Club, by the end of the month, and it was the last day of the month, and it was literally like 6 p.m. on the last day, I'd be like, I don't care. I'm going to do whatever I can. I'm going to work till 11:59. And every time I would do that, I would get those emails. Like, yes, I'd still be inviting, but it usually wasn't the invites I was sending out that were the yeses. It was that like last minute Instagram message or that email from a person I'd been talking to for forever ago, because I put out the energy that I'm like, I am making this happen. The way the universe works, or God, or wherever you want to believe in, the way the universe works is that if you kind of have made the decision again saying, I don't really think I'm going to hit Success Club. I have like 4 days left. There's no way to do that. The universe looks at it. It's like, oh, cool. She's got this. Good. See you later. I'll see you next month. And it doesn't think that you need, it thinks that you got it all covered. But if you're like, I'm here, I'm going to make this happen. It's like, all right, let's work together. Let's make this happen. And that's when you put out that energy, and that's the energy that you want to get back. So for any of you that are either not at Success Club, you're at 0, you're close, or maybe you've even hit Success Club and you want to hit 10 or 15 or 20 or whatever, just know that if you say, I'm showing up and I'm here, you will make that happen. Also, I wanted to read a personal development takeaway in my book. If anybody has anything they want to share, you're more than welcome to share in the chat box. Again, I wish I could have everybody share, but if we did that, then we'd be on here for like an hour and 45 minutes. But so I'm reading this book. Everybody keeps asking me. I highly recommend it. It's called No Limits by John C. Maxwell. John Maxwell, all of his books are amazing, but this is one of his newer ones. And he actually just came out with a new one, I think, like a week ago. But this part of the book is talking about taking risks. And what they said, what did he say today that I thought was really awesome? He said that the amateur believes he must first overcome his fear, then he can do the work. The professional knows that fear can never be overcome. So it's, hi buddy. Sorry, Ned just woke up. He's like a old man, or like I basically have a little kid that sleeps in the bed. He's not safe down there long. But anyway, okay, let me repeat that. The amateur believes he must first overcome his fear, then he can do his work. The professional knows the fear can never be overcome. So as, again, you guys go into this next week, and even setting yourself up for next month, because that's another thing, is that my tip of the day is that what the work you did this month will probably be your Success Club points next month. So it doesn't mean that like every invite you send right now is going to be for February. All the work you do right now is probably not necessarily, not that it won't get you, you know, some Success Club points and get people that you can help, but it's going to be that work that's next month. But you have to stop thinking that you have to have it all figured out, or you have to overcome this fear of inviting, or overcome this fear of posting on social media, and then you're going to rock it. If you know that you're going to be, or you're not sure if you're going to be successful or you're not, you just have to know that that fear is always going to be there, and you're never going to overcome that fear. You're going to get better at it, and you're going to be able to handle it a little bit better, but just keep that in mind. So I really like myself, or like myself. Liked that quote. Still early for you guys. Okay, so I want to share. I have everybody really quick. I want to try. I have some other things I want to share, but I want everybody to be able to share a bit before, because I don't know really how long this will be. Like I said, I want to keep it under 30 minutes. But I want you to share your goals. So if you're comfortable enough, you can unmute yourself. I'll share mine, and you guys can share yours. But when I share goals, I do not want you to just say, I want to hit Success Club 5. Like, I want you to share maybe 1 or 2 goals, like real legit, like this is what I want to do and what you're going to do to make that happen. Because we can set goals all we want. We can say I want to hit Success Club 10. We can say that we want to do this and we want to do that. But if we don't actually say what we're going to do, like I want to hit Success Club 10, I need 2 more people. So, okay, so how many invites are you going to set out, or however that works for you? So share it. No, just this week. So this little coffee chat thing. Sorry, Amanda, I probably should have clarified that. So this coffee chat thing is going to happen every Monday. So it's just your goals for this upcoming week. And basically it's, you know, everybody's goals for hitting at the end of the month. So I'll share mine. And then if anybody wants to unmute themselves, and then if you have a goal that you want to share, or like you have a question, like this is also the time to do that as well. So for me, because I'm posting it literally at 8 o'clock, but our coach sneak peek starts tomorrow. So you guys should make sure that you're posting and doing all that. So my goal is to do one of those IG story posts for people who maybe have used Unfold, or maybe you use another app, Canva or whatever, to do like my series. And the thing is, and I know Amanda just did this, she spent time making hers. It takes a while to like make one, because you want it to make look nice and pretty and really good. But when you make one of those clickable stories, like Christina Delgado does it, Emily Favre does it, I've done it before. It takes a little bit to kind of set that up. But once you have it, save all of them in an Instagram or in a folder in your phone. So then every month you can upload it. I have like a bunch of those clickable stories where it's like, this was me and this was me and this was me. I have those saved, so I don't have to like recreate them every single time. Like I remember when I made my first one, it literally took like an hour and a half. So my goal is to do one of those today. And I want to invite at least 30 new people that I've seen come up on my page. And then I want to do like a Google Streak mail merge follow-up thing, which if you don't know what I'm talking about with mail merge, I have a girl coming on our team call in a few weeks that's going to talk about that, who does it really well. One of Amy Silverman's coaches. I also want to help 3 of you guys sign at least 2 coaches. And I'm going to make sure that I have calls planned with at least reaching out to you guys to make sure that happens. I want to finish, so you guys know I have the new coach welcome guide. I'm going to create a new challenger welcome guide. So that same really pretty PDF, I'm going to create one, and again, give you guys the Canva graphics so you can turn it into yours if you want. And then that's it. So who wants to share some goals, things, anything like that? Kim, go ahead, unmute yourself.
Hey guys, good morning. Thanks for the accountability of getting up. By the way, it takes a lot for me to get up like earlier than 7:30. So
what time is it for you?
I'm on the East Coast. It's not even that early. So everyone who's on the West Coast, you're boss, because I'm not a morning person. But my goal for this week is I'm going to hit Success Club 10. I'd also like to enroll at least one new coach, hopefully two. And then I did make my like tappable story, because I do that with Untold or Unfold, whatever it is, before I have a group or anything. So I did make one for the coach sneak peek, and then I have a feed post planned for today. So definitely I'm going to try to get at least 6 people into the coach sneak peek group, ideally more, but 6 is my goal. So yeah, that's my goals for this week.
Can you share really quick, because you said you want to hit Success Club 10, so I know that you were messaging me and said the things that you did. There was I can't remember, but there was something that you said that you were doing to help you hit Success Club. Like you the thing with the forums.
Oh yeah. So I went back to my Survey Monkey, and what I did was I looked at everyone who had applied since probably like the beginning of November. I didn't want to go back too far because people forget. And then my Instagram was deleted, so they're gonna be like, this is a random person. So I went back to everyone who applied for one of my groups since the beginning of November, and just sent all of them. If they just gave me their email, I sent them an email. But if they gave me their number, then I sent them a text. And even if they said that they didn't remember, which I did have a couple people do, I just said, you applied for my group a couple months ago. This is my Instagram. Maybe that'll jog your memory a little bit. And they did remember. So I had a couple people sign up from that, just from even people who gave me like a hard no a couple months ago were like, yeah, I'm ready to do it now. I even had one girl that was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I forgot to text you back. Like, yes, I'm ready. Let's do it. And she enrolled in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
And that's awesome. And that just goes to show, and this is kind of going to be the mail merge thing that I'm talking about, but like, yes, sending out new invites is always important, but when it's the end of the month, your focus has to be on those people who were interested or did, it's all about the follow-up. So doing something like that, I think is beneficial, whether you've used Google Forms or whatever. And if you're like, well, I've never used a Google Form, so how am I supposed to follow up? Something I used to do when I was like, I didn't track my business at all, didn't use Google Streaks, didn't do any of that. I would literally take Instagram, Facebook, and email, and I would scroll and scroll and scroll till I got to like a few months ago, or even like longer than that. And I would just open up each message just really quick, not like I'm reading the entire conversation, but I would open up each old message and see, because sometimes even when you're tracking your business, people fall through the cracks. You're like, oh my God, I never responded to that person. So like, I always try to go through there. So that's something that you guys can do, is maybe go through Facebook messages, and don't assume that you didn't miss people, because it's totally possible, especially if you're not tracking your business. It's very possible. Anybody else want to share their goal? Thank you, Amanda, for sharing your goal. Said get 10 people in the Coach Sneak Peek, hit Success Club 10. Jessica said she's waiting for 2 ladies to clear their share cart. You got it, girl. We're sending you all the good juju vibes. So they're going to sign up. Anybody else want to unmute themselves and share their goals? You don't even have to ask. You can share. Anybody?
I saw somebody's comment. It's for Jessica said tips on urgency to get people to commit without bugging them. Alexis, you gave me a good tip about giving people an incentive. So maybe telling them that like if they enroll by the end of the month, they'll be entered in a raffle for like, I have a bunch of packets of Energize and Hydrate and like a billion beach bars. So I've been telling people that like I'm gonna do a raffle for like samples of all those things. So maybe like an incentive, so that way it seems like more like you're offering them something, as opposed to like, hey, you're gonna sign up, like bugging them. So
yeah. And I'll share my incentive. I have a few, but I'll share one with you guys if you want to copy and paste, and you can have it. Obviously, especially if you're a new coach, you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna spend money. Like, I'm just trying to make money. Wait, did I send it? There we go. But it doesn't have to be something that's super expensive. And remember, if you get somebody to sign up with like a Transform 20 challenge pack, that's a $54 commission. And that's just a 214. So if you spend $10, like, and it's also, I always think, again, you want to think long-term, big picture. Yes, I'm spending money right now. I'm investing money in my business right now and in someone. But that person could turn out to be your next incredible challenger that absolutely changes their life. It's not just about, let me spend money so I can make a sale and do this. It's like, I know that I want to help somebody. And if they're like willing to be like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm committing, that's always something that could help them. So I will do an incentive post, an incentive Instagram story, and I'll do incentive follow-up. So your follow-ups always, like, it shouldn't even be a question. At the end of the month, all of my follow-ups are always incentive. And you want to say, I only have X amount of spots left. There's only this many days to register. That is one thing that took me so long, and I know a lot of you guys are doing it too, took me so long to say I had a deadline, because I was like, I don't want somebody to think that I'm just trying to hit Success Club. What if I tell them they can't join and like they want to join in like 3 days? Like, you want to just say that, and then if they end up joining, they end up joining. I still let people in my groups all the time, but I always say that there's a deadline. And a lot of times there will be a point where I'm like, I'm not going to let you sign up. But if you have to create a sense of urgency, and the psychological part of sales, you have to say, I only have 2 spots left. And I always say, I have 2 spots left, and I would love to hold that one for you. And then revisit back to what their goals were. Like, I just briefly check back in their messages and see which one of the first messages, if you're asking them about them, and say, I know that you said that you wanted to get ready for your sister's wedding that's coming up in 6 months, and I want to help you do that. But if your follow-up message is, hey, did you get my message? Do you want to join? That's all about you and not about them at all. You have to make it about them all the time. I want to help you do this. Let's do this together. Like, your language, that's why I'm so adamant on you guys sending me or your coach screenshots of your conversations, because so many of you guys are doing the right things and you're sending the invites, you're sending the follow-ups, but the wording literally could just, it's like a different verb and a different adjective could change everything. So that's why I'm so adamant. So think, when you're sending messages these next 4 days, think about, how can I make this message about the other person, and not, hey, are you joining my group? Are we going to do this for me? You know what I mean? So I know that you guys care about people, but you have to make sure that you're expressing that. Anybody else have any other questions, goals they want to share? Brooke said, I want to sign up 2 coaches, 1 more challenger. I plan to follow up with other people that have said they wanted to join and haven't yet. 10 people into the sneak peek. Yes, that's a great goal. I think you should get as many people as you can, but like, make it a goal to get 10 people in. And if all of you guys are talking to as many people as you say you're talking to about coaching, you should be able to get them in there. It's a free sneak peek. Let them know we're doing giveaways. I give away beach bars. I think I have 1 more pumpkin spice Shakeology. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Kim said, instead of saying, hey girl, say, hey person's name. And I love, for any of you guys who might not have done it yet, video follow-ups are like all the rage. It's what I do. Like, even if I have their email or their number, I will send, like, I always send a voice message if I can. I wish I could do that on Gmail, but I send a video. Even if I'm talking to them in email, I'll video follow up with them. And I'm like, hey, like, I wasn't sure if you're getting my email, blah, blah, blah. So, my goal is to actually follow up with people. That is my biggest struggle. So why is that your biggest struggle? If you're comfortable with sharing, it's good to share for you, and then other people to hear, hey, I'm not the only person struggling with this.
There, I unmuted. So I'm actually like scratching because I have this thing. I'm not really good at speaking with people, which is very odd because I work in church all the time, so I'm always with people, and I'm always with kids, and so it's very weird. But in order for me to like actually go ahead and message people back and follow up, I have to like remember that 5-second rule, and I have to be like, all right, I'm excited, I'm gonna do this now. But it's like this whole mental process that I have to go through every single time. So like, sometimes I'm just not strong enough in my head to actually go like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, send, or like, oh, you have a question, how do I like answer this question, even though in my head it is the simplest question, but I make it like huge.
What's the reason why, like, what is your fear around sending the follow-up? What are you afraid is going to happen if you follow up with someone?
I don't know. It's all here. It's honestly, I know this, like, it's all here. So like, once they start like speaking and they're like, all right, but like, how about this or how about that? And I'm like, and suddenly I become like, it's just my head.
Yeah.
So my struggle is overcoming all that and telling myself, you know what, you could do this. Like, if you're able to like run different ministries and run, like, you could do this. So that's all it is. I know it is. So that's my my thing this week, like working enough to that I'm gonna do this, following up.
Yeah. And it's totally normal to feel that way, because it's always like you're saying it, but it's a limiting belief. So something that I still do now and did a lot when I was a new coach, anytime I had a fear, is in the message, if I had a fear, I'd call out the fear to the person. So for example, you're afraid of bugging someone. Hey, I totally don't want to bug you, but I didn't want to leave you hanging. Or you're afraid that you're not going to know the answer. Hey, can I get back to you and let you know? I want to make sure I get you all the right information. So kind of letting them know people appreciate realness and authenticity so much more than you feeling like you have to know everything or like you do know everything. Like I'll tell people all the time, like some girl asked me the other day some question about Shakeology, or they asked me if there was corn in Energize. And I was like, I don't think so, but let me check. Like, I'm pretty sure there's not any corn, but I was like, I'm not sure. Let me get back to you. So know that people are not expecting you to be this like full-blown expert. If they want to work with somebody who's like this nutritionist and personal trainer and do all those things, they're going to work with somebody that's like that. And doing things like Ultimate Portion Fix and doing the certification will help build your confidence in that. But, you know, if you're, a lot of it, you know, will be in your head, but if you can know that like you don't, to take the pressure off yourself, because if you try to be too much of an expert and try to crush it too much, then you're going to give that impression off to people that I can never be a coach like her because she just knows everything. You know what I mean? The more you're like, this is me, like I'm a hot mess 99% of the time, and I connect with people on that level. So when they join, they're like, okay, well, Alexis doesn't have it all together, even though some people still think I do and I don't. But it plays into each other. So it's not even just about, do I know the answer to this question? It's just showing them that, you know, sometimes you don't know these things or whatever. So, but the follow-ups, no, and keep this in your head. You will only be successful with follow-ups. New invites are not that they won't get you there, but they're going to be your yeses later on. I hit Success Club 30 last month, which I helped 15 people. I think 12 of those people were people I had been following up with for more than 6 months. More than 6 months. I think 3 of them were new people. That's it. So just know, like, keep in mind, like, if I want this business to be successful, I have to follow up, which you know, but like, keep that as your motivating force, because people, whether you invited them and they said, yes, I'm interested, or they expressed interest first, they want to work with you. So you following up with them, think about those messages, because I'm sure you've gotten them where people are like, oh my God, thank you so much for checking in with me. I've just been so busy, blah, blah, blah. Like, people want to be followed up with. They just need a little bit of that nudge. So thank you for sharing. I am going to be a hot mess. No, you're not. Don't say you're going to be a hot mess. You're going to be the awesomest person ever. Okay. Yeah. Are you moving, Paige? Oh gosh, yes, moving. Okay, maybe we'll be a hot mess, but we're gonna be here to support you, because I know moving is crazy. Anybody else have any questions, things they want to share, goals, anything like that?
Has anybody tried the Fruit Punch Energize or received it?
Mine's gonna come today. I'm so excited.
It's so awesome. It's like being a little kid when you mix it up. So awesome.
I'm so excited. Does it taste like pineapple-y, or is it like just straight up like? Pineapple.
Kind of. It's really, really good. Like, I had high expectations for it, and it like exceeded my expectations. So I literally mixed up like this much last night when I got it, because I couldn't freaking wait. Yeah. So then I was like, I can't stay up all night.
Yeah, I would have done the same thing. I'm excited to do, once I get all of them, because I have like 75 things of Energize. I'm going to do 1 scoop of Fruit Punch and 1 scoop of Energize, the regular Energize.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really excited for that.
To blend it with some ice, it would be like a slushy.
Oh, side note, I went to a Super Saturday one time, and they had like a Shakeology bar, and they made a Shakeology recipe that was tropical vegan. And they did a scoop of Energize, and it was like strawberry lemonade or something. I was like, whoa. So the girl said she's a nurse, and when she's working her shifts, she needs a little bit of a boost from Energize and a little bit of boost from Shakeology, just because obviously it makes you feel good. And she mixed it together, and I was like, I never even thought to put Energize in.
Yeah.
It was really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Anybody else?
I know.
No?
A side note, Alexis.
Yeah.
Did you see Shantae's coming to your super weekend?
I know you texted me that. I like have so many unread messages I have to get back to, but because Christina Delgado posted that she was like, when the tickets go on sale, like, you better run and get them. So I like keep checking. I'm like, I need to buy tickets, because I literally will work out with Shaun T to the ends of the earth. So if anybody wants to come to Miami for April Super Saturday, my door will be open. I have a bunch of places to sleep, and you can hang out with Ned. But yeah, oh my God, I'm so excited. Anybody else? No, okay. Well, thank you guys so much. You guys, not that I don't love you guys on the East Coast, but shout out to my people on the West Coast because you're crazy. You guys are absolutely crazy. But yes, okay, let's crush this week. We have Boss Up to Emerald call tonight for those who are in the Emerald group. If you're not or you don't know what I'm talking about, just message me and I'll put you. We have it every other Monday at 8 p.m. and then team call tomorrow. Peace out, guys. Have a good day. See ya.